Okay, good morning, everybody. It's 2 after, so I'll go ahead and get started. Welcome. My name is Scott. I'm with EMX Industries. I appreciate you, everybody taking some time out of their day to join us. If you're familiar with EMX Industries, you know that we've been manufacturing long-range UHF readers now for a little over a year and a half in Cleveland. They are made in the United States. We make them right there in Cleveland. All the electronics, everything right there in Cleveland. So one of the other products that we carried for our RFID line was a very simple two-door access controller. After feedback from the market, we took opinions from people like yourself that are on the call today, as well as other installers, dealers across the country. And they liked the simplicity of the two-door Defender, but they wanted us to come up with a four-door Defender so they could just have a little bit more options in the field as opposed to a two-door. So we listened, and that's what we did. Today we're going to talk about our EMX DEFENDER-400. It is a four-door access control system that can be paired with the Wiegand output from any of our long-range readers, as well as our mid-range readers, our shorter ones. So it's a pretty simple system. It won't take too long to go through today. Anybody that's used software for an access controller, they won't have any issues with this one. It's very simple, easy to install, easy to set up, and then gives you full capability of anything you might need. So if you want to keep it simple, you can keep it simple. If you wanted to get into more complex situations, if you wanted to assign specific employee names instead of just IDs to credentials, it allows you to do that as well. So we'll go through some of the features, functions, where it's used in the beginning of the webinar here, and then at the end we'll open up to Q&As. So if you have some questions, save them to the end. If it's something that's very important, hop in the chat room and just ask right as the webinar is going on. And as long as I see it, I can answer your question right at that time. So pretty informal. Participate as you'd like, and we'll go ahead and get started. So it's like I said, it's a four-door access controller. Pretty small design. It is designed to be compatible with 26-bit Wiegand. So all of our EMX long-range readers have a 26-bit Wiegand output. It's designed to work with that, but it can also work with anybody's reader out there that's providing a 26-bit Wiegand output. It can be fully scaled. So, if you want to link multiple door controllers together, you can do that. But primarily it's designed for just a simple four-door controller option. A couple of the applications you see these used in where we see most of our two-door controllers and what we expect most of our four-door controllers to be shipped into are any of the applications you see below. So industrial facilities, tracking employees coming and going. A lot of times industrial facilities will have certain areas where a certain key card will get you into maybe the whole building, and then certain people have restricted access to certain parts of that facility. This door controller allows that. It can allow certain credentials to have access as well as others not to. We can also assign a name with that credential number. So, and it does have data logging, so we can produce that data log later on. Then gated communities, and then of course commercial properties. We have one at our facility at EMX. We have 2 doors in, a vestibule, and 2 doors out at EMX. The four-door Defender is going to come in 2 versions. It's going to come in the board only, so it'll just get the board, no housing for this particular version. This would be great if you already have a cabinet or you're installing or linking up multiple boards. Say you're wiring up 3 together or even 4 together, and you already have a cabinet in a dedicated space, and it's internal in the facility. Our most popular version of our 2-door controller, which we expect it'll be the same for the 4-door controller, will be the Defender BK kit. This is very nice. It comes in a clear plastic IP65 housing. In addition to that housing, it's lockable. It also has a nice feature where the board's mounted. on the steel shelf, it swings open. So as you open the cover of the kit, the board swings open on the steel shelf, so you can easily wire it up, get to it for any troubleshooting or things like that. It's by far our most popular version. It sells 9-to-1 over the board only kit. So keep that in mind. So and in our industry, a lot of times people are mounting these outside closer to the gate operator. So that's why another good reason would be to go with the Defender BK kit. Other than that, that's the only difference between the two versions or two part numbers. It's just the housing that it comes in. So the Defender has 4 reader inputs. And like I said, it accepts 26-bit Wiegand format. A couple of our readers here are below from left to right. You have the Patriot E reader, which is circular polarized antenna. In the center there, you have our Patriot L long range reader, which is a vertical antenna. And then on the far right, you have our Patriot SR reader, which is short range, really mid range. You're getting about 10 feet of detection area with that device, but it's in a very small, compact housing. If anybody's familiar with our Well 200, it comes in the same housing as our Well 200, just to give you a different option out there from some of the longer range readers. So it does have the ability to control up to 4 access points. It has all your standard capabilities and features that you would expect from a door controller. It has free exit push button for triggering and opening without a valid credential. So anytime you would need free exit, or say a guest was in the building and they needed to get out of the building, it does have that free exit push button input. It has a position sensor input. Most commonly used is a read switch. That way it can tell whoever's monitoring the system what position the door's in. Also, if the door's been pried open without the proper credential or access, that can be pulled up in the audit trail as well. And it's not limited just to doors. Obviously, we have some gate guys on here, so it can be used in access control for the gates around the perimeter as well. Very simple wiring connection. So you're going to see 4 reader inputs on the board. This is just an example of one of them, but the 4 others will be exactly the same as this, except for power. So very simple. Everything's labeled, very easy to read, install. So you got your Wiegand wires there. You got your normally open button, your power, your operator input. So whether it's going to the gate operator, a door operator, or a magnetic lock or a magnetic strike, that's where your input's going. And then your door position sensor. So 4 wiring inputs for 4 different gates or 4 different doors or 4 openings, however you would like to call it. It's just an example of how it would be sitting in the system. So you'd have our reader, the Defender, and then the operator. It can be used as a Wiegand bridge for a gate or a door operator that does not have a Wiegand interface. So keep that in mind. It can be used as a Wiegand bridge. Programming the device. 3 options for programming. Big thing to keep in mind for everybody on this call. This is very important. We have 2 versions of the manual. We have a quick start guide and we have the full manual. The full manual is 30-some pages long. So we recommend starting with the quick start guide. It is very efficient. It's the best way to get up and running when you first install this. It's going to walk you through downloading the software. It's going to take you through step by step, get you up and running, get the system on your computer, get the software on your computer, take you through all the major settings that you have to set up in the very beginning to get it going. And then from there, if you need a lot more detailed information, or you want to make some setting adjustments that are outside the normal range, that's where you would use the manual. Like I said, it's 33 pages long. Most of the time our customers don't need it. Where you might need it is if you just needed to get into some more complex data logging or setting up certain timers, calendars, things like that for the facility. But 9 out of 10 times, all you're going to need is our quick start guide. So it can be connected via an Ethernet cable, and it allows internet, local network, or offline standalone capabilities. Can also be programmed offline and then taken to the site. This is just a snapshot of the database software where we would store all the credentials. So very simple. Anybody that's used an access controller software before, they're going to find this very simple, pretty similar to any other standard software out there. What's nice about ours is it's downloadable off our website. There's no reoccurring revenue fee. It is free to download. It's free to continue to use. Once you purchase the 4-door Defender, there's no subscription fee or ongoing maintenance fees or anything like that from us. It does have the ability to do some form of maintenance or subscription fee in the system if you wanted to set it up that way. We leave that to our customers. If that's something that you want to do with your customers, it does have that capability, but we don't do that personally. So once it's bought, that's it. No reoccurring revenue or subscription fees. A couple other things. So it does have an audit trail and can support up to 100,000 events, which is very nice. Can store up to 20,000 credentials in the system. It does have a calendar capability, so you can set up when you would want people to have access to that area based on their credentials. We have the ability to assign names to credentials and tags, and then really anything else that is standard on a door controller system, our software has it. You can get as in-depth as you want, or keep it as high level and as easy as and simple as you'd like. We have monitoring capability, so if this was at a guard shack or a security station, they can see those doors, what position they're in at all time. Also data logging, we can pull the data log to see who's come and gone, at what time, what that looked like during the service. All of our documentation is available on our website for download. And like all of our products, if you get this, it's going to have a QR code on the box. If you scan that QR code, it's always going to take you to the most relevant resource for that particular product. And for this one, for the Defender 4-door, it's going to be the quick start guide, because that's going to be what gets you up and running the most efficient and quickest way possible. It's step by step, super simple. If anybody downloads it or goes to our site after this, you can see how easy it is to get up and running. So nothing too complex there, a pretty simple door controller. What I'm going to do is open it up to Q&A, answer some questions, because I'm sure people have some. And that's really where the meat of the webinar is, I think, because for something like this, it's pretty simple. If you've installed a door controller before, you're not going to have any issue installing our 4-door.